Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Greetings, Podquesters. I am Colt Hawkins, famous bard of the podcast Intelligence Check. Intelligence Check is set in a Tolkien-esque world where our party members are forced by fate down the road of adventure. Literally, fate is physically forcing us. We keep trying to walk away, but the damn thing never lets up. Now I know what you're saying. Another D&D podcast? But trust me, I'm worth listening to. I mean, we're worth listening to. And doesn't this accent make you just want to trust me? Intelligence Check celebrates the camaraderie of lifelong friends, joking around a table while remaining true to their characters and story. We bring you short, bi-weekly adventures full of action, banter, too many tentacles, and a naked dwarf. Oh, dear God, someone please put some clothes on that dwarf. So roll an intelligence check, because the show you're listening to now is awesome, but you'll need something to hold you over while you wait for new episodes. Oh, come on, is that really the tagline we're using?
Steel your mind, for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
But yeah, Victor's going to use a key point and be chewing on that as we make our way down to try to figure out what was going on with that fish people.
You can target a memory.
Okay.
You can try to figure out what exactly, like...
I am going to figure out why. I want to know why that fish person took over the body of a Nori. And because Skylar told us all what was going on. Mm-hmm. And so I want to know what this fish person knew about the reason why they were in the Nori and what they're doing, like the plot. Does the king have a fish person? Victor is trying to scour those memories the best way he can monk it with his key points to figure out what Victor wants to know what the plot is. He wants to know what their nefarious plot is. What are they doing taking over the Nori? Because all the Nori that we've interacted with have that seem like they were normal were nice. And so there you go.
All right. So you get this memory, and this memory seems to go... This memory doesn't seem to be like right at that moment where that was described by Skylar earlier with the taking over the bodies. It does seem to go back. You don't see any Nori around. You just see these fish people in a unrecognizable place. Mm-hmm. But you see these fish people, and they're all around in this big circle. There's a lot of them. And they all like kind of gasp and they drop to their knees and they're like bowing. The vision looks up and you see this massive creature. It looks like it looks similar to the fish people, but it looks more seal-like. And it's just this massive creature. And he's like,
"We are gonna infiltrate we are gonna infiltrate the Nori, and we will take over their technology. We will show the pallid mask that we mean business."
Oh.
And then that memory flashes away, and then you get another glimpse at another memory, and you see this larger Nori. You see a bunch of incapacitated, unconscious Nori in the middle of this circle, and there's these fish people all around, very similar to what Skylar had explained. And you hear the larger Nori like doing this like seance thing, and he's like, it's in another language. It's not the same language that you've heard from the Nori. It's over. Like, you watch yourself, like in the memory, you see like you crawling inside of the Nori and then taking over it and come back up. And the larger Nori goes, oh, very, very nice. Very nice. And then the memory ends.
Okay. All right. Okay. And
take over.
What were the guy's exact words again? One more time.
I didn't have it written down.
So it was something along the lines of we're going to show Dalton that we mean business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But more fish
by taking over the Nori and their technology.
Okay.
Show him that we mean business.
And what's the name of the? He was Dalton and into Tattered King, and now he said
the pallid mask. He said the pallid mask. I'm sorry. Okay. That's what I meant to say, but I said Dalton. But then I said pallid mask. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably
but I've
take
heard
that
both,
off.
so I know what he's called.
Yeah.
All right. At least Victor knows what he's called. I don't. I have no clue.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, we're still sort of walking or briskly making our way over. You said it was 2 blocks. We're probably almost there.
Yeah, you're like a block away, but you're in an alley.
Okay.
You've been able to slip into alleys, but yeah, you had to stop to eat.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So I'll just sort of whisper into the Vox box in case. Can I tell that they're around me? Do I need to
If
use
you
a Vox
whisper
box?
into it, you hear them. You get a little bit of feedback.
Okay. Hey guys, I looked into the memories of that fish person thing, and I saw their leader, I think, and they said that they were going to take over the Nori and their technology and show the pallid mask that they meant business. I didn't get a feeling of whether they were fighting for him or against him, but they are involved somehow. I just don't know what.
Yeah, that is strange. I would assume that they were working together this whole time.
Who's the pallid mask?
That's what they call Dalton Renfield, the guy that we followed into the portal now. Now that he merged with the Raps and is bad and evil man here.
Yeah, I think Banana Overlord didn't really go well in the focus testing, so they had to come up with a better name.
I don't really know why. I think it's quite catchy.
He went by the Peel for a minute.
And the other Julian did explain that Dalton is called goes by the pallid mask in the recording.
So Skylar would have remembered that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Max wouldn't have, though.
Yeah.
You're too fixated on that.
I never dropping. Never.
Yeah.
Not even once. It's the best joke I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other Julian did I forget if he said anything about the Nori and whether they were involved in stuff and whether they had knowledge of Dalton. I think they did. I can't remember.
He didn't say anything specifically about that, but he did say that he was trying to keep the Nori disconnected from Dalton.
Okay.
He was trying to keep
protect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to protect the Nori race. Okay. I don't know.
And he said something was going on and something else is weird down here.
Yeah. I'm not sure whose side we're on down here, but I think maybe if Skylar can get any more information before we go, it might be helpful, and then we could maybe try to talk to that leader, because I have a feeling that I might have seen the same one that Skylar saw, the big one.
Is Skylar capable of getting into... Are there any computer systems attached to the building we're heading to?
That's the one you went into and you saw that King Ashir, or at least the larger Nori, was
right,
like surrounded by the robed Nori.
So I went in and I went through the cameras. Are there any other kinds of technology in that building that I could hop through, peruse?
Let's see. I mean, there's that would be on the network. I'm trying to think. The power system, the lighting, that would all be on the network. Short range. It's not very long range, but short range communication systems, broadcasting systems, stuff like that is on the network.
Is there a database like secret plans to take over Nori.txt or something?
No.
Okay.
Are there archives, though, of like past messages that were broadcast?
Like from GNN?
Yeah.
Anything
Anything you got?
I'll say that's kind of close. It seems to be part of the same network that the Citadel is on, and there's typically not much as far as like what's going on right now, other than like what's being broadcasted right now with the manhunt for the surface folk. Nothing has been said about the robot being on the fritz or anything like that. I guess you took care of the people that were following you on that.
They're allowed to get past the paywall.
You do find an archive of all the great accomplishments of Julian Cottage and everything that he's done for the city. More of what was in the museum, but he was basically like a hero to them. Like the Nori were having a very tough time with being able to acquire food and everything like that. Going back about a year is whenever troubles really started happening. Dalton and Julian, there was more in their like news system and everything like that of Dalton and Julian together, going back past a year, that they were like partners, something like that they were doing great things, very like humanitarian kind of stuff with their knowledge and technology and everything like that. But the connection gets cut off where Dalton stopped going down to the city. And it was just Julian, but Julian was still operating as Dalton and Julian in this city. But nothing evil about it or anything. Julian was really like pushing the technology along and allowing them to build these farms for fish and everything like that. That's not out in the water, in the ocean. So yeah, you got a bunch of information as far as all that goes.
So they started having trouble with their food supply about a year ago. And was there a version of Dalton in this world, or was the Dalton
in
from
those recordings? There was you do see some recordings and images of Dalton, like just a normal looking man. That's like, it's just a normal looking man.
Okay. And then he just stopped showing up in the recordings?
Yeah. And he was an elf. Like, I will point that out. He was an elf.
Okay. Skylar shares all of this information, not knowing if any of it will be useful or helpful in any way.
So this world's Dalton was a good man, like Julian.
Unlike the other Julian.
Swing and a miss.
Best joke of the day.
Yeah.
It's true though. That's how Victor would respond because I mean Dalton and Julian were down there helping the Nori to begin with, but then when the food went away, then that's the same time that our Dalton entered the world, and that Julian kept doing good and even secretly fought against Dalton. So
Do you ever think that we're from the bad universe?
Oh no. Are we the bad guys?
Not from what I can taste. At least not generally.
You're not generally bad. You just murder people.
That's a flattering comment.
Only
did
slightly
this world's
acidic.
Victor have a mustache and a like a goatee? Maybe this world's Victor was evil.
No, we talked about.
We've had that discussion
He
already.
had mutton chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we think that the food troubles may have been tied to the fish people coming in and taking over?
It's
You think
not.
there's a correlation?
It's not a coincidence that everything was going relatively fine, and then it went. Excuse my colorful language. Tits up. In a year's time, which would have been kind of the time in which our Dalton got here. Now,
Which y'all know he's more than just a man.
Yeah.
he's a legend.
Debatable.
Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
That sounds so cool.
Well, I guess old ones never
I
die,
stole
right?
it from
Yes.
the Sandlot.
So true.
It's funny because this is Dietrich talking now, but there's a saying in Spanish is roughly translates to "evil never dies," like those who are evil never die, and that was what popped into my head. Yeah, that checks out for Dalton.
Yeah.
Didn't see any information about a silver about your key, though.
Damn it.
So I would absolutely love to help the Nori, if we can at all. Don't know about your key, though.
Well, we could do something crazy like ask the king ourselves.
But the king isn't the king, right? The king is a parasite inside of the king.
Yes, but
They still might have the answer.
that's also what I'm referring to in that statement.
Gotcha. Well,
I don't know if we have much choice. I don't think we can take any action at this point without possibly doing more harm.
But we're so good at it.
Not all of us.
Well, I think whatever we do, we probably need to find the king first.
all right, let's go and see what happens.
Yep. All right.
Worst case scenario, I got 20 charges on my lightning gun.
I am a giant robot.
I've got 6 key points and living symbiote wrappings. And a butterfly sword.
And Aleister's just a little tiny cannon full of energy.
And moonbeams. Or cubes of daggers. Is that one still around?
Yeah, an orbital gun cleverly disguised as a cat.
All right. So how do we sneak into this building?
I'm a giant robot.
So I think sneaking is out.
Yeah, sneaking's out.
Oh, yeah, you can turn into one of those fish people now, Victor.
Wait.
Oh, I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
that has weird implications.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I have a question in Max speaking. If I see Victor transform into that character, could I use one of my elixirs to mimic that look?
Well, I mean, you see you saw the dead fish person.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's good.
He needs to be able to see it moving around to be able to properly imitate its motions.
Yeah, I'm not. I need. All right, so if you transform, Victor, I need you to like do some calisthenics, walk in place. I need to know how this thing moves. Maybe a couple push-ups.
I'm just making sure, because I think I would technically have to have an insight from that thing to be able to.
Give me what do you think that thing would have on it? Like, give me a guess.
Deception?
Sure. Replace, or do you have to replace something?
I'm replacing the female tabaxi that gives me a history bonus.
Okay.
Because that's not as useful right now since everything's happening in the present.
Yeah.
All right. And
we live in the now.
Tabaxi female gone. Fish person does deception.
Well, y'all don't know what it's called, so I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
We could always.
I've got a +3 in deception now.
We could always roll Yog Sothoth, and hopefully that goes well.
You can do a Yog Sothoth.
I feel like Victor would be very averse to do that because I feel like every time he he's succeeded and it has not gone well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone well. You gain knowledge.
I know. I've got a +5 in it. I'll succeed in it most times.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in Yog Sothoth.
You're not the only one.
Sothothery,
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can turn into a fish person.
But I can't.
Yep.
But if you rolled on that, I could give you the Flash of Genius bonus.
Right. But the problem is that if I turn into a fish person, then there's a fish person walking around, which is very unusual. Yeah. So I probably don't want to do that right now.
What if you just like did like the worm, and you just did that as like perpetual forward motion?
It has legs.
Yeah, the fish people have legs. The serpent people don't.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The nori.
What if
I know what they're called?
What if Skylar carried you?
I could do that. It might be a little bit weird, though.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, Skylar walks up as a robot and said, "I found one of our secret dead people."
Just throws it on the ground.
I don't feel like that would accomplish it.
I think this idea has legs.
I would think you're coming up on what the concentration for invisibility is an hour.
1 hour, yes.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Yeah, you're coming up on that hour.
Okay, and that's Julian. That's everybody.
With
That's
everything
everybody that's
that
invisible.
happened. And
We all cast it at the same time.
yeah.
Cool.
Roughly the same time.
So what are y'all going to do?
And
I
into
vote
fish
go
people and a
inside.
cat.
Really don't think turning into the fish person would help. Do it. The nori don't even know what the fish people look like. Or if they do, they're enemies.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be just as much of a target.
The nori that have the swimming around skin have the fish people in them, so they are the fish people.
Can you tell the difference between them?
I mean, that's my guess. Is that the ones that have like the shifting skin?
No,
Or is that
they
a
all
nori thing?
that's a nori thing. They all have shifting skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now,
just
it might be safe
they
to
can grow
assume-
arms and all and pull in arms and grow more arms and all that kind of stuff. So their bodies is always shifting.
So cool.
Yeah.
Shifty.
I think presumably once we got inside, it might be safer, but someone might immediately ask me why I'm not inhabiting a nori body. That's my concern.
Yeah.
Because
So
you
unless
haven't
we
found
see
one yet.
other fish people, I don't think turning into one is as useful.
You're there for the ritual.
Right. But we have to get inside first.
Yeah.
So let's get inside, and if I need to turn into it, then he can Flash of Genius me and turn himself into one, and then it's just a cat and a robot that's the problem.
Oh, geez, I thought it was Sacrifice Day. I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry. I didn't know. I don't know if they all sound that way, but that might be that. I don't know if it's just because he was the big one.
Yes, the small ones, they don't have the blubber in their voice.
They sound very nerdy.
All right.
So what are y'all doing?
Are we gonna try to go inside? Is there a way inside this building?
Like I said before, there is those military units around the building. But you notice they're on a patrol pattern. So you see an opening.
Take the opening.
Yes, we will take that opening.
Okay. I
agree.
I will take the opening.
Sure, I'll take the opening.
So you're able.
Let's go, guys.
All right. So you're give me a stealth check.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, that's not good.
18.
I have actually rolled well on stealth for a change.
Oh, that's good. I didn't.
23.
What did Julian get?
I rolled a 12.
Okay.
I might as well burn the Cardiac Inspiration, so 2 more, so 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And what did Skylar get?
I am trying to figure that out. I don't know what stealth would be for the
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Dex? Okay. 18.
Okay.
Oh, we got this same.
So the giant
Nice.
robot is more stealthy than me. Oh, that makes me feel really good.
Well, to be fair, the giant robot
Well oiled.
is
Very well oiled.
Well, no,
Yes.
not a squeaky joint in sight.
it's
All right.
not an unusual thing to be there.
So there's a wall, and like Skylar's able to like pick y'all up and help y'all get over, while you're still, invisible and being very, very quiet.
Very, very quiet.
And then Skylar just climbs over really quietly, and y'all are able to get up to the building, and you see a side door you can get into, and it is large size because the Nori are pretty big. And yeah, you're inside the building.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
To the king!
All right, so you're just making.
All right, where's that?
You're making your way to that chamber or whatever it's called, and it's not the chamber.
The chamber.
Chamber.
The chamber.
What did I call it before? That big room. Okay.
It was
Well,
just a big
anyways,
room.
Altar?
that room
Ritual?
that the rituals were held in is where you saw them on the camera.
The rec room.
Yeah. And yeah, you're at that door. You know that's the door, Skylar. And your invisibility goes off while you're walking through the hallways.
Okay.
Okay. We're exposed now.
Yep. What's maybe turn the cameras off so they can't see us?
It only lasts for a minute.
They don't have access
Oh,
to
okay.
the monitors.
Oh, okay.
They were connected. Well, I mean, as far as you know.
So should we open the door or should we knock? What are we doing here?
Well, can't you see what's on the other side?
Okay. Is there a camera outside the door that Skylar can hop into and like see what's going on in the
you're
room?
close enough to go through the wall and
Okay.
hop into the camera in there, and it still looks very similar. You notice that there's, let me see here.
When she leaves the robot, it starts attacking us.
When they leave the robot?
Yes, gosh.
Destroy.
Put a sticky note or something.
I won't see it. I barely forget. I barely see my cardiac
It's
inspiration.
way easier if you just don't reference them.
Yeah. Which is
that's
in keeping with Aleister's personality.
That's been my secret this session.
Okay, so you have two robed Nori that one of them is like a dark robes, the other one is a white robes. And then you have 5 Nori that look like they're the same, like militant Nori that have been patrolling and everything outside with the shard weapons. And then the big the big guys there too.
The big man.
Okay.
The
I
big
relayed
cheese.
that information. So what do y'all want to do?
Crap, I didn't think this far ahead.
You are inside the building now. If you did want to take give a shot at the fish person transformation.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that just to avoid suspicion, because I just look like my dumbass self right now. So I'll go ahead and drink the elixir of transformation to do that, and it gives me that disguise for 10 minutes.
Victor.
Oh, well, why not? Oh, snap.
Did you do it?
So, well, I mean, let's see. I want to make sure it works. Let's see. Make an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus to determine the quality of the likeness. Okay, so I rolled a 13, and I have a 0 intelligence mod. And I have a 3 for proficiency, so that's a 16.
Hold on, there is no. Hold on, what?
After the last time I went back and read it, and the Feast on Form thing says, you can do it, blah blah blah. You make an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus to determine the quality of the likeness.
Oh, okay.
Those who interact with you can see through the sham with their own intelligence investigation or wisdom perception check. So, I rolled a 16, or I rolled a 13. I got a +3 for my proficiency, so I got 16 on the attempt.
Okay.
You know, I can't really put my paw on it, but I'm really hungry for some reason.
I don't even think about it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are we blubbing? We're not underwater. Oh, we're not in water.
I'm getting used to my new face.
Yeah. I guess you would take on like the vocal cords of these creatures because it's not the same.
I did that when I turned into a human.
Yeah.
No, we do look like brothers. two brothers. Ooh.
In a van.
I don't know why my personality changed when I changed my appearance. I should sound like my normal Julian self, but okay.
Are you Canadian too?
We're okay there.
Hey. Oh, let's go get some oysters and gravy, eh?
That's an East Coast Canadian. Thank you very much.
We're over on the East Coast, so...
I've only ever been to the East Coast for Canada.
Yeah.
Skylar's just gonna knock on the door.
And you hear, "Enter."
And we do.
Opens the door.
Well,
I'll try and stay as behind
what are you doing,
the
Aleister?
robot as I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
okay.
like you
are you trying to be stealthy behind the robot,
Yeah.
like trying to stay out of the line of sight?
Latch onto the back of the robot so you can't see the cat if you're looking
Just
straight
use
at
climb to just hang on the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna
out.
let you keep using your stealth roll because you haven't broken stealth this whole time. So yeah, you're basically catching a ride.
Catch a ride.
Catch a ride.
And Skylar is going to robot and follow behind the commands of the fish people.
All right. What happened to your bodies?
They were taken away.
We were attacked by the land dwellers.
Where did you see them last?
We saw them kind of near that the hidden manatee.
Okay.
And we were jumped by one of them had the one that had claws. It attacked us.
He was really cool.
Why do I feel like this is suddenly a game
kidding.
of Among Us?
Dead body reported.
Oh, yeah, the dead body
We
reported.
can ignore what I said. That
And
was
then the king like snaps his finger and waves some of the nori towards him. The three of the soldiers run up to him and he's like, "Go and relay this message and make sure we get extra support in that area. So make it quick."
We had to write up a report about what happened. We think that those interlopers, the land dwellers, are going to try to attack the Citadel. We need to step up our plans, brother, and we need to really wrap this up. I'm very hungry. We should probably go to Jefferson's Fish Market. They have some very good mackerel that has arrived, and I really wish to partake in its oily goodness. It's very good for the cheeks. So we'll have to round them up. This Citadel is impenetrable. There's no way they could possibly get in. Oh yeah, I should probably let you know that all music was written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. And you should also go to www.microphonesandmonsters.com for all the links to all the media for the podcast. And if you got one of those shiny golden seashells, you should give it to them on Patreon for all kinds of interesting content and ad-free recordings of the podcast. Anyway, I need to go back to my king and report. Stay fishy, friends.